entertainment, luxury.
James Marshall Jimi Hendrix, born Johnny Allen Hendrix on November 27, 1942 in Seattle, was an American guitarist, singer, and songwriter. Despite having only a 4-year mainstream career, he is widely considered as one of the most influential electric guitarists in popular music history, as well as one of the most acclaimed performers of the 20th century. He is described as arguably the greatest instrumentalist in the history of rock music by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was raised in an African-American working-class neighborhood and received his first exposure to music at the local church. Jimi Hendrix's first instruments, a ukulele from his father and a one-stringed guitar, ignited a passion that would shape his future. He enlisted in the United States Army in 1961 and received an honorable discharge the next year. After that, he relocated to Clarksville, Tennessee, and began performing on the chitlin circuit, eventually joining the Isley Brothers backup band and then Little Richard, with whom he worked until mid-1965. He then joined Curtis Knight and the Squires before relocating to England in late 1966, after being noticed by Linda Keith. Jimi Hendrix's career blossomed with spectacular performances at Monterey and Woodstock, cementing his reputation as a global counterculture icon. The Band of Gypsys era marked a new musical direction, combining rock and funk. Despite his popularity, Jimi Hendrix struggled with drug addiction and violence, leading to a chaotic personal life. Unfortunately, Jimi Hendrix's life was cut short on September 18, 1970 at the age of only 27. His accomplishments include multiple Grammy Awards, including the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award, as well as entry into the American, British, and Native American Music Halls of Fame. One of his albums is permanently kept in the Library of Congress, and he has even appeared on a U.S. postage stamp. Today we'll be taking a look at the top 8 luxury buys of Jimi Hendrix. Before we start, don't forget to poke that like button and subscribe. Number 1, Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Jimi Hendrix's first car was a Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Jimi was not known as the best driver. In fact, his peers said his driving skills were really awful. He didn't have a driver's license when he ordered his first Corvette. Jimi drives the Vette down a one-way street shortly after receiving it and is charged for both the offense and driving without a license. Jimi had to return to touring in Indiana the following day, and his Corvette had to be delivered to his home in New York. On a Saturday night, Jimi crashes his Corvette after drinking all night long. Jimi is not wounded in the crash, but the insurance company processes the vehicle. How did Jimi react? He promptly purchases another one, this time a Cortez Silver 69 version. Jimi Hendrix and the Chevy Corvette shared a lot of similarities in the 1960s. First and foremost, both of them are renowned stars from the same era. Aside from that, Jimi and his favorite car were both uncanny in action, loud in performance, and made their audience jump out of their seats with joy. Hey Joe, where you gonna run to now? Number 2, London Apartment. The London residence of music legend Jimi Hendrix has been converted into a museum. In 1968 and 1969, he resided with his girlfriend, Kathy Etchingham, on the top floor of an 18th-century home in London's Mayfair neighborhood. Every detail of the living space has been recreated. Persian carpets, a Victorian shawl hang above the bed, newspapers lie on the dresser, and a clamshell ashtray rests beside it. Another section in the new museum features a wall of album covers, including Hendrix's Are You Experienced? This was his debut record with drummer Mitch Mitchell and bassist Noel Redding. Some of Hendrix's personal album collection, including a copy of Bob Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited, stained with his own blood, is on exhibit. Number 3, Musical equipment. From the 1950s until recently, the block between 6th Avenue and 7th Avenue on 48th Street in New York was known as Music Row, because a large number of music stores congregated there. But it is no longer. Sam Ash relocated its headquarters downtown to 34th Street in 2012, but 3 years prior, Manny's Music closed its doors for good. Jimi Hendrix, one of Manny's most famous customers, visited the store at least 3 times, or had someone visit on his behalf, 2 of the receipts feature other signatories as the recipient, each time dropping a massive wad of cash for some high-end musical gear, according to receipts put up for auction at various auctions houses through the years. Technically, all 3 receipts are stamped charge. On September 16, 1969, Hendrix paid $484.42 for a Fender twin reverb amplifier, a ratchet, 2 pairs of mallets, and bass strings, Christie's. That's equivalent to more than $3,000 today. Take anything from me. Number 4 Band, Jimi Hendrix Band. If you were lucky enough to see the Blue Flames live, you knew they put on a show. Many people are unaware of Hendrix's brief period of fame. He spent only 4 years of his career as a mainstream performer. When you consider the other musicians of that era who have left legacies equal to Hendrix's, you realize how significant it was. Paul McCartney, John Lennon, Bob Dylan, and David Gilmour have been making music for decades, yet they are in the same conversation as Hendrix. Hendrix's live performances contributed significantly to his popularity among music fans. Jeff Beck was famous for bringing the guitarist to the front of the stage, but Hendrix took this newfound fondness for the 6th string and turned it up to 11. He would play with his teeth, hold the guitar behind his head, improvise throughout entire shows, and even set fire to his guitar. People's only comments after seeing a Hendrix play were ones of appreciation, encouraging others that they, too, needed to attend one. Jimi stated this about his favorite band, Pink Floyd. "Here's one thing I despise, man," he remarked, "when these cats say, 'Look at the band.' They are playing psychedelic music. All they're doing is flashing lights at them and playing Johnny B. Good with incorrect chords. I've heard they have beautiful lights, but they don't sound like nothing." Number 5 London Trip, the hippies' principles and aesthetics spread spontaneously from California, defining a whole generation. The Crown Prince of Peace, Love, and Psychedelia had died at the shockingly young age of 27. The irony is that, although being regarded as the ideal American artist, Hendrix rose to prominence in London rather than New York, Los Angeles, or San Francisco. Hendrix lived in London, and from the time he arrived at Heathrow, in September 1966 until his death in the Samarkand Hotel in Notting Hill nearly 4 years later. It was here that he created his most famous songs, recorded the most of his 3 studio albums, and established himself as a fiery live performer. "Because I'm a voodoo child." Number 6 Color Pens, TMZ revealed that a collection of Jimi Hendrix's unique, psychedelic drawings would be for sale. MomentsInTime.com sold 10 of Jimi's artwork. The guitarist's artwork was created with a color pen in the late 1960s, which coincided with Jimi's peak popularity. The collection's price is $195,000 and was previously part of the Bob and Kathy Levine collection. Jimi previously worked with them too. This is a unique addition to any superfan's collection. The copyrights to Jimi's 18 works of art sold for $75,270 in 2004, and that was only the copyrights, not the art itself. Number 7 Drugs and Alcohol. Jimi Hendrix's life was entwined with his complicated connection with drugs, particularly alcohol. After leaving the army in 1962, he spent a large portion of his savings at a jazz club in Clarksville, Tennessee, where drinking became an important part of his life. Alcohol became a problem over time, causing fits of rage and the rare act of violence. Jimi Hendrix's investigation of drugs, particularly LSD, was motivated by a desire to express his visions through music. His use increased after he tried LSD in 1966, and it became a regular part of his life, alongside cannabis, hashish, and amphetamines. His involvement with the drug culture gained notoriety, adding to his mystique. Jimi Hendrix's violent bouts illustrated the dark side of substance usage. His tendency to become angry and aggressive during drunken brawls and altercations highlighted the effect of these narcotics on his mindset. "Hear my train a-coming." Number 8 Epiphone Wilshire Guitar, a piece of rock and roll music history was up for grabs in 2023, when the legendary guitar used by a young Jimi Hendrix was selling for $1.25 million. Over 6 decades after Hendrix first picked it up, the iconic performer's 1961 Epiphone Wilshire guitar went on sale. The Wilshire was one of the first guitars Hendrix used to perform, long before he enthralled audiences at Woodstock or stunned them with an electrifying rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. While he was able to negotiate a price of only $65 for the guitar, it will take a very affluent music fan to purchase the costly antique 6 decades later. Now you know you a cute little heartbreaker. This is the end of Top 8 Luxury Buys Jimi Hendrix. Make sure to tap the like button and subscribe to see our next list. Bye for now.